our next speaker, Olamide.
Okay, first let me start by assuring you that you will not sleep. Tell the person sitting beside you, you will not sleep. Okay, so that's the way to start. And you're going to have fun. But before I go ahead, you do me a favor. Is there a pointer? Alright, my name is Olam. I've heard the different types of my name, different pronunciation. Olamide, Olamide, Olomide. All is well. I mean, I won't blame you for not being able to pronounce it. But I'm really excited to be here in Mombasa. It's my first time. We're in Nairobi yesterday, so cold. And then I came into Mombasa this morning, all capped up. I had to go back to the hotel to go and change. It was really hot. So thank you, Asante Mombasa. Okay, let me say Jambo. So I'm here to tell you a story. But before I go ahead, there's a task. This is me. I love to talk. And I don't talk for a living. Maybe after this WordCamp, I'm going to start talking for a living and earning from my talking. But I'm sure you enjoy listening to me. You know what I like that my session is in the afternoon? You know, most afternoons, right, at events, when people eat, it was right. They don't listen, or you will listen, no. Say, I will listen, no. Tell your neighbor, listen, no. And do me a favor, eh? If your neighbor is sleeping, please come. I want to do something. You know what? So just do, so that we won't know that I'm waking. So do that to me, so I'm sleeping. Do it. Alright, that's a good way to wake that person up. So let me look out for your neighbor that is about to sleep. Now, my name is Olamide. You know, I like people to call me world famous.
World famous?
Yes, because there's an Olamide in Nigeria who is a musician, yes, whose nickname is Bado. I don't like that Bado. So I'm like, hey, call me world famous. So call me world famous.
World famous.
Call my name now.
World famous.
Hello. So I run a digital media agency called Excel Place. You know, we're just 2 years old. I don't have enough time. I would have told you the story, but not today. So you invite me next time to WordCamp Mombasa. Right? Where's Daniel? So I'm a YouTuber. Another thing you'll do for me is, how many of us have internet here? Internet. How many of us have YouTube on our phone? Oh, give yourself a round of applause. I love this energy. And we're going to dance. Do you know Burna Boy? Yeah. So after this, if you give me the same energy, I'm going to play that song. We're going to dance to it after this, after my talk, right? So please search its name on YouTube. Let's do that now. Sharp, sharp. You know in Nigeria, like sharp, sharp, quick, quick. Do you use words like that? So, what's the common words you use in Mombasa, in Canada? Fast, fast, faster, faster. Okay, so the faster, faster. Wait, now, faster, faster. Search this. So what you see my head, right? And you see subscribe beside it. So please, let's do that. You know why I'm telling you to do that when I grow up. If you have done that, say I. If you haven't done that, just do it. There's no need. Do you agree with me? If you have done it, say I. The eyes have it. Bam. So, I also have a WordPress website where I tell SME stories. But here, now let me drive you through a journey. You know, when I was working on this, and Daniel kept telling, I knew the topic that I submitted. I didn't know what to say. It was on my plane down to Nairobi. We're about to land for like 5-10 minutes. And I'm like, okay, boom, the idea came on what to do. So I just scribbled it on my notes on my phone. And I knew what I wanted to talk about. You know, I had it in my head. And I said, when these two young men, I call them young men, when they wanted to, you know, these are the people who created WordPress. These two young men, they are not young anymore. In 2003, When they released WordPress, they didn't know they were going to release a community to the world. They didn't know they were going to release series of stories to the world. They didn't think that you and I will be gathered here today in Mombasa for 2 days to talk about WordPress and our WordPress story. Please give them a round of applause. And here we are today because of WordPress. And this innovation, WordPress, that they created, right, has been downloaded 1.5 billion times since it was established in 2003. Hey! Do you have pastors that shout like this in Kenya? And you know, there are 48,500 plugins. Who is a plugin developer here? Who has built plugin here? I'm only seeing one hand. So I think you have never built plugin before. So you're not raising up your hand. Okay. So Basu there has built plugins. So 48,500 plus plugins that are solving problems have been built. So you may not know this, but let me tell you. Let's go ahead. So when they created WordPress, it's just like giving birth to a child. You know, if you give birth to a child in 2003, how old would that child be now? When he's 20, he's a teenager. Who can quickly tell? I know, but I just want someone in the audience. Who? 16 years old. You know, a 16-year-old teenager will know what the future lies. Like, what do you want to be in future? I want to be a mechanical engineer. What do you want to be in future? I want to be a pilot. And that is it. Over the last 16 years, WordPress has bettered a movement of who? Who can guess? You were going to say, please come. It's going to be interactive. I'll come to the audience. They will, please come. Yes, you answered now. A movement of what?
The bloggers.
Bloggers? Who else wants to try? I have a few. So, a movement of developers. If I mention what you do, say, hey, a movement of developers. Ah, there are no developers here. What you guys are eating now? A movement of developers. A movement of designers, writers, managers, content creators. Hey, that's nice. Businesses, community networks. They are here as a community. So, community networks, marketing people, cannot hear. So, if you don't want to make money, how are you selling your business? Okay. Social media people, SEO. Only one person. But this is what WordPress has done. So, when they were starting WordPress in 2003, they didn't think, they never thought that this community of people will come together to build a community of WordPress users. So WordPress has shaped lives and better skills, professionals. You know, I read computer science, but I don't even remember a lot. You know, I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry. But I still work in the tech space. But when I was in school, I didn't have the access to have, you know, to coding and programming languages that we treated were Fortran, Basic, really outdated, and you only coded on paper. So you just write it. Your lecturer will just okay. Did he debug? Just give you a mark as it feels. But right now it's different. There are people who learn to code. There are people, but not even everyone wants to learn how to code, but they want to be able to build websites. So WordPress has given them the platform and the opportunity to do so. I don't build websites professionally, but I build my personal websites by myself. And there are quite a number of people like that. You know? So, and WordPress is the reason why we're here today. Am I right? So you're wondering, so if we're here for WordPress, why do we need to tell our WordPress stories? I've met quite a number of people here in Nairobi, there in Nairobi, and I'm sure I'm going to meet a number of you after this, here in Mombasa. If you have ever built a website a WordPress website. WordPress. That's a success story. Why? Because I am your client and I come to you. I want to have the website. That's a problem. And I'm coming to you as a problem solver to solve it. And then you build this beautiful website that enables my customers to come to my site to buy something and pay me without giving me cash. That's a problem you have solved. You know, in Nairobi, who has a WordPress story to tell here? Before I tell the Nairobi story, I called someone out yesterday and said, "Oh, what's your WordPress story?" I met two people and I was having a conversation. One said, "Well, you the one that told me your WordPress story, so you're going to, no, I don't want him to tell it. I want someone else scared to tell it." He said a friend wanted to build a website, and he said, "Oh, I can build a website," and he didn't know how to build it, and he had to do with money. And that day, that week, he learned how to use WordPress on YouTube and built a fantastic website. That was how his WordPress story started. So I'm asking you here today, who has a WordPress story to tell? I'm not going to be biased with the women, so I want two women and a man. Isn't it nice if a speaker and select who you want to speak? So please, she has a WordPress story. Please come.
I don't have a WordPress story, but it helps. The way you've been looking excellent. There were lots of.
Please come and say it out here and encourage me.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. You have been very inspired. Energies to make your crowd don't go to sleep.
Yes.
And I don't have a WordPress story, but I want to say it helps the people to make the audience or other individuals to know from where, how they started, what was the beginning, what they went through, challenges, and even how from which place it originated from.
Thank you. Please give her a round of applause. So have I succeeded in keeping people awake? Have I? Yeah. Please give me a round of applause. I deserve it, even if I say so myself. Now, who wants to tell me a word? I want a woman, a lady. Okay, please come out. I want her to show my video because this is going to the world. The world. So tell us your name. And in 1 minute, just 1 minute.
My name is Joanne, and at university, we started out to build websites using Dreamweaver. Anybody remember Dreamweaver? But I think in 2014 or 15, somebody introduced me to WordPress, and within 30 minutes, I was hooked. I've never looked back. I don't even remember how Dreamweaver looks these days. I don't know how to code. We did Visual Basic at university, but I don't remember any of that these days. So all I know is basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but I rarely use those. And right now I'm working with Bible societies all over the world, and we are using WordPress for doing everything that we do on the website.
So come. How many websites have you built so far?
More than 50.
You don't know. You will tell after my presentation, you will go and collate it. But let's go ahead. Who else wants to tell me their WordPress story? Alright, my guy. Please come forward.
So my name is Moses.
Moses.
I'm a blogger. Okay, my story. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You want me to see you, Moses?
Okay. For me, blogging started back 2014.
Okay.
And I wasn't into a lot of coding because I did a math of physics in campus.
Just go ahead and talk.
Okay. Taking much of physics.
Just go ahead.
Okay, so for me, the story is that I found WordPress more interesting and easy to use because I remember I was talking to someone and they wanted to make me a website at 50,000 and I was like, 50,000, that's close to my fee. So, but I ended up making it. So from that time till now, I've been able to make my own blogs interchangeably, around 5 of them. And currently, I'm heading a team of people from different countries, around 5 nations: Nigeria, Zimbabwe, South Africa, US, Cyprus, and UK.
Woo! Please give him a giver.
So thank you.
Yes, thank you for WordPress. So I was going to say something. I know some of you are tweets and tweet at me as I'm saying, quote me so that I can retweet your tweets. So my Twitter handle is Olamide YELO, so that I can retweet and interact with a lot of you. So see stories. So imagine if every one of us here comes to tell our stories. We're going to be telling those stories, and I'm going to tell a few stories here of people that I think. This is 12-year-old Obaloluwa Odelano. He's a Nigerian programmer. And he learned how to program, how to build WordPress websites he's now 13. In 2000, when he was 11 years old, 2 years ago, I met him at the WordCamp in Lagos last year for the first time. And when we were there, I was trying to create content. And a few people said, you need to interview this guy. I said, why? He was in the kids code camp was running concurrently with the normal code camp. But he didn't go to the kids code camp. He came to the other one, and they were telling him to go. He said, no, he knows it already. So I interviewed him. My interview is on my YouTube channel. If you can check it, it's fine. But don't check it now so that you can listen to me. So he has a company that is being managed by his father. He builds websites for businesses. He has been able to build apps. So after the interview I did with him last year, you know what happened? Brands started, calling in. When MTN wants to do something around kids and tech, they call in. When any organization wants to do anything around kids and tech, it's not like an ambassador. Do you know we need to tell stories of people like him? Why? Because younger people, children, kids, teenagers of his age will look up to him and want to be exactly like him, or better. That is 13-year-old. This is Caroline Wabara. She's a techie. She does WordPress sites and all of that, but also focuses on SEO. She solves problems for organizations. She helps them, get leads. And she has done that. She creates sales funnel for organizations. And this guy, did you meet him today? Sadiq is just finished college. Give him a round of applause. He finished college just last month, but he has people who he has taught how to build WordPress websites, plugins, who are earning. I think I met someone who, a speaker yesterday in Nairobi, he taught her. She was supposed to be here, but she's not here. Praise. He taught her how to build WordPress websites. And he has taught a lot of people. He travels around Nigeria to teach kids, teenagers, adults how to build WordPress websites. These are stories waiting to happen. What is your story? You have a story to tell, and we will tell it. Say we will tell it. I can't hear you. Your neighbor is sleeping. Wake the person up and say we will tell it. Now I'm speaking like a pastor. No, I'm not. I'm here. So I've told you stories. I've just simply told you about the 12-year-old guy. I've told you about Caroline. I've told you about Sadiq. Now I want to tell you about people who create communities. Daniel, when you saw this, did you see this? Well, you didn't even open my presentation slide. So these are communities of people. This is Mary Jo. She's my friend. I'm proud to call her my friend. She is one of the lead organizers of the WordPress community in Nigeria. She takes it like her own. She makes sure that communities of WordPress enthusiasts and lovers come together for meetups, to learn, to teach ourselves, to encourage ourselves, to push ourselves, connect ourselves to businesses. She's a story waiting to happen. And Daniel, give him a round of applause. I can say that Daniel is, I'm listening for the first time today, and I can say, please stand up. They don't know, some people are looking for you. And please give them a round of applause. And I can say that the preparation and planning for WordCamp Mombasa is exceptional. Getting in touch with us, analyzing, at the point I was feeling guilty for not sending my slides on time. So people like Daniel who are trying to create communities, or we don't know the next innovators here. But by coming together and by the work that people like Daniel and Mary and Mercy is the organizer for WordCamp Nairobi, are doing, bringing us together. They have stories to tell. They are bringing people who do not know about WordPress. They are bringing experts. They are bringing designers together to talk, to learn. So people who have little knowledge, learning from people who have expert knowledge together in community. That's big. And it's not a paid job, is it? Is it a paid job? It's not. So give them a round of applause. For every other, we are the organizers of WordPress Mombasa. I know you are the lead organizer, we have other people. Please give them a round of applause. So how do we tell stories of these people? We need to tell it. There are stories of people who built WordPress who are, there are some of us here who may never have jobs because of, if not for WordPress. Now you can sit comfortably in your home, just like Joanne, and just like Moses, and lead organizations and work for an organization in China and solve a problem in Nigeria, or do something that is remarkable in Russia, just because you have that skill and you are able to use WordPress. That is exceptional. And not just people, there are organizations that make sure that people like me can come to Mombasa and come and talk to you about telling your stories. Organizations like Yoast Foundation, Yoast. I am here on account of Yoast. What do they do? They want people like me who have stories to tell to be able to come to Mombasa or go travel elsewhere to talk about issues, to talk about topics relating to WordPress without having to think of where will I get the travel money from. So give Yoast a round of applause, please. We have WWC too. Who does that? Right? So we need to tell these stories in a remarkable way. And like I said, there are absolutely no small stories to tell. If someone builds a website and I come to you, what's your name, please?
Tiger.
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 Tiger. Like Tiger. Okay. If I build a WordPress website and I have an issue and it's telling me debug line 151 PHP and I don't know, and I come to Tiger and say, Tiger, please can you help me solve this problem? And Tiger does it. That's a success story. So you as a WordPress person, I'm hot. How many problems have you solved? Do you know? So Joanne, when I ask you how many websites have you built, you shouldn't say about 50. You should know I have built 50 websites, 13 e-commerce websites, 14 company websites, 3 personal brand websites, 4 for schools. That way you know that you are telling your story. And when you come to events like this, you should be speaking, not just being in the audience. So next year, WordCamp Mombasa, you should be one of the speakers, right? So when you're able to put your stories, I'm sorry, I don't like that. So I saw one jump now. Sorry about that. So there are absolutely no small stories to tell.
I wanted to comment. It's not on stories only, but it's about experience,
Yes.
knowledge.
Yeah, that's the story behind it. Because if you're able to talk about your experience,
The
the knowledge.
people you meet.
Yes.
Like the observation.
Yes. She's right. So you need to, and I have it somewhere in the slides where I'm talking about documenting your work and all of that. So for every website you have built for businesses, personal use, non-profit, you're a success story waiting to be told. Helping businesses and brands bring their ideas to life. Sorry for the error there. I was sleeping and working on the slide. So for every website you manage as a CMS manager, you know some people, what they just do, they don't build WordPress websites, they just manage. So if you have 10 websites you're managing and you're receiving 2,000 Kenya shillings every month, I know that's small, but just using that. And in 10 places, that's how many? 10,000. That's just all you do. That could be a professional. That could be a job title you're doing. So you don't even have to know how to create a WordPress website. Just be able to manage it, update blogs, update plugins, and all of that. A success story waiting to happen. You are helping businesses and brands stay updated and abreast with their customers. For every plugin you have built, you have helped solve thousands of problems that could take months to solve. So if you are here today and you download plugins for free, I beg you, try to donate to the programmers who do it. Most of these plugins are free, but they take time, hours of work to build so that you and I can use them and not think about, oh, how do I put all this code for Google Search Console on my channel when you can just put the short code because someone has seen the problem that you haven't seen and solved it. Now, how do we then tell these stories? How? You're wondering, like she said, every step of the way, just like you plan your career, your personal branding as a tech, as a WordPress person is very important. There are people who you meet. If I call Daniel now and ask him, what's your WordPress story? There is someone who he has met, or he might have just bumped into a community, they're talking about WordPress, and he just fell in love with it. So, you need to document your processes. If I come to you, I know that is why sometimes some clients want us to charge so little. Because when they say, oh, how much is it? It's 10,000. It's 2,000 there. It's $2,200. But when you tell them, you see, if I want to build your website, I need to understand your objective. What are the problems? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve with this? So when you put those processes together, you are increasing your worth and the value of your work. So you need to document these processes. More community engagement.
Hello?
Tired. More community engagement, taking personal branding seriously. Why do you need to share the story? If you don't know how to blog, you can do a short video. Yeah, this week we helped 10 businesses to build their website. Now their customers can buy. Now they can make more money. Now they don't have to open cash in their hands. Accounts can be credited. No matter how little, document it. Social sharing. You can want to. You don't know whether what you're saying is helping somebody else think of an idea that they can bring to life. So that is why you need to share the story. Tell the stories of your project, the project you work on. There's a story behind every WordPress project. Maybe design, development, management, training, community engagements like this. So if I ask you, Joan, and everyone here, how many websites you have built, would you be able to account for that? Don't answer that. That's something you need to go and think about. So, I have decided and I have committed to telling WordPress stories. In Africa, in Nigeria, here in Nairobi, in Uganda, across Africa, because these stories need to be told. We don't have to wait for an international media to come. We can tell our stories. We have platforms, social media, to be able to tell stories of people, of you and I, of people like Daniel, of people like Obalolua, of people like Mary, who are doing exceptionally well to encourage the community. So why do we have to tell the story? To inspire people, raise the next set of tech and WordPress enthusiasts, to preserve history. We need history. How? Telling our stories. Create a repository of WordPress success stories, helping aspiring WordPress developers design, designers and more to find their fit. So how do we tell them? Blogs, videos, microbloggings, at events like this, and on